Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our show. And now, your host, the hero of wisdom.
What is up, guys? Hero of Wisdom here, and welcome back to Blade and Sorcery Nomad. In Blade and Sorcery Nomad, there are two options on every single map in the game. The first one is Sandbox, the basic, do whatever you want, spawn whatever you want, fight however you want, game mode. But there's also Survival. It's wave-based, and at the start of every wave, 3 randomized weapons spawn, sometimes dependent on the power of the wave that you're about to fight, but not usually. Well, let me ask you this. What if I was to pick the absolute worst of the 3 weapons every single wave? Welcome to the Broke Challenge. This challenge has 5 simple rules. Number 1, I have to use the absolute worst of the 3 weapons that spawn. Number 2, no healing. That would make this too easy. Any healing would just make this absolutely ridiculous. Number 3, minimal magic. Now, what do I mean by minimal magic? Basically, I'll use it if I'm in a serious pinch or if the opponent has some super strong magic. But other than that, I'm going to try and keep magic abilities at a minimum. Number 4, no swapping with enemies' weapons unless it's the exact same weapon that I started with. There are some times in this video where I lose my weapon and then find it again on another enemy's body, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that personally. Number 5, there's a new weapon each round. I think the game already wants there to be a new weapon each round, but sometimes it glitches and lets you keep it. Not this time. Making sure new weapon each round. If you end up enjoying this video, leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see next, or join the Wizcord, my official Discord, where you can talk to me and a bustling community of VR enjoyers. This format is sort of inspired by Luke the Notable's 100 Drops series. I clearly took inspiration, and I wouldn't want to pretend that it's totally my original idea, especially the wave counter at the bottom. So thanks to Luke the Notable for the idea. That's my goat. Straight up. Yeah. Okay, let's just get straight into it. For the first wave, I had the Ancient Sayax. Towards the start, this challenge isn't too difficult because all the enemies you fight have no armor and also use the same weapons that I'm using. So it isn't too difficult to defeat them. One of the biggest downsides is that the rusty weapons can't actually pick up magic. They can't be imbued. So every time I get attacked with magic, I can block it, but I also don't get any benefits from doing so. Now at this point, I throw my only weapon and lose it like an idiot, but thankfully this guy I was fighting had the exact same sword, and so I just picked it up and kept fighting. And after conquering my worst fear, bald people, wave 1 was over. Wave 2, I was rocking a rusty cleaver, which made me feel more like a murderer in this game than I usually do, but that's okay. I get a sick pleasure from fulfilling my bloodlust. This is another wave where nobody's wearing armor, so it's really not too difficult to handle anyone with a cleaver. But even still, there's no sharp tip at the end of this dagger-like weapon. So some of the muscle memory of using smaller weapons in this game that I have really didn't come into play here, and it made it a little bit more difficult to use. But, I mean, it's still a sharp object in Blade and Sorcery. It's okay. This girl is completely terrified, and I absolutely fail to stab her. It grazes right off of her shoulder, despite what it might look like. And then I pull back and correct my mistake. Hey you! That haircut is ugly! Take this! Yeah! Get owned, stupid. Anyway, wave 2 is over. Wave 3 is shockingly the first time I had to use a farm tool. This is a hay fork, and yes, I did have to Google that. I'm not a farmer. This is where it gets real because this is the first wave where they can spawn with shields. So I'm already using crappy weapons. They barely stab into flesh, but now they're using shields against me. It's not a fun time. I actually did enjoy this weapon. It's a polearm, so it kept enemies at a distance, and that's exactly what I need since I still have 7 more waves to go and no healing allowed. Here I should have put the long arm to good use. I had two people on me, put my hand all the way at the end of the handle, sort of just stabbed her out of the way. Tried my best to slip the shield, but it seriously is difficult. The NPCs are a little stupid, but when it comes to their shields, there isn't much you can do to stop them. And with that, Wave 3 was over. Wave 4, I was using a pitchfork. Of course, I had to let the statue bless it because I didn't know how I was going to get past this wave with this weapon. It's another polearm, which was good, and I'm pretty sure it's better than the other one. It's the same rank, but the prongs are longer, so maybe it has better stabbing ability. I don't know. Like I said before, still not a farmer, and I'm not a professional fighter either. Obviously. Okay, so tell me how this happens. There's a magician up here, shoots one fireball, somehow manages to perfectly snipe his friend in the Achilles tendon, misses me while I'm standing still. That's purposeful. And frankly, I think there's more to be said about friendly fire in this game. Good God. Oh, she's already dead. This guy was taking a nap. I made sure he stayed sleeping. And with that, Wave 4 was done. Wave 5, the ancient Sayax returned. This time, though, it would be difficult because they would have armor, they would have shields, they would have better weapons than me. And if only someone could stop this horrible game, these horrible rules, put in place by me, yes, but I am goated. At this point, I was starting to get stressed. I knew I only had one chance, and these shields and this armor, these weapons were just not cutting it. But then I remembered, I'm the hero of wisdom. This kill was cruel. It was wicked. I don't regret it. Hey, guy. Is this your friend here? Your friend? Tell your friend to swing. I'm sure it won't hit you. Tell your friend to swing. Oh, there goes your friend. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I really am sorry. Oh, there goes you. Wave 6, the Blade and Sorcery Nomad gods offered me a gift. A real weapon. An axe. It was now that the legendary warriors before me wielding axes, Kratos, the guy from Mortal Kombat, and Steve in certain versions of Minecraft when the meta is correct, would bless me and allow me to win this wave with flying colors. Wave 7, I had a shield. Okay, I seriously never use shields. Like, actually never, ever use shields. I just prefer parrying and blocking and dodging. I don't like using shields. They're clunky. Half the time they never work in this game. They glitch through people. It's just not my cup of tea. Thankfully, this particular shield has a little stabby bit at the end. So my strategy here was kind of just poking them. Bashing them, kind of, but mostly poking them. This whole thing was becoming a Captain America simulator, and if you're wondering, yes, I am as sexy as Chris Evans doing all these movements. There's a reason I don't use a face cam when I play VR. Now, this round was stressful because I threw my shield, and I lost it. I couldn't find it. I don't know where it went. I still don't know where it went. So I had to use my fists. And this was bad news because this was the point where my health started getting low. For me, that means I was playing less risky, playing more terrified. For you, it means there's this really atrocious, ugly red fade on the side of the screen that only gets bigger for the rest of the video. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. Anyway, round 7 was over. Wave 8, I had throwing knives. I think you could argue that this was a better option than the shield, but in my hands, not really. This is also when the eyes started spawning, and good God, I was getting cooked! And these throwing knives were not helping. I scanned through this footage, and I seriously think I maybe shot, I don't even know, 20 different knives, and I think maybe 3 of them actually hit their target. So at some point, I just started trying to get up close and stab them, and this barely worked because they're tiny. They're throwing knives, and I wasn't throwing them. Things were not looking good, and now my in-game heart was pounding. These dinky little kitchen knives were doing absolutely nothing against fully armored enemies. I thought it was over. I was convinced. So I kind of started using magic like crazy. I was afraid. I'm sorry. But somehow I made it. And I couldn't tell you how, but yeah. Wave 8 was over. 2 more left. Wave 9, I was using what I think can only be described as an ancient method of torture. But oh my God, torture it did. This thing was big and it hit like a monster. And upon realizing this, I got to work because this could have been my last stand. And if I didn't try my freaking hardest, this challenge was going to be a bust. What I just showed you is what the entirety of Wave 9 looked like. And then it was over. Wave 10. The last one. And again, I was blessed with a real sword. Oh my God. The pillars. That means it's over. I had done it. 10 waves. Dirt poor in survival of Blade and Sorcery Nomad. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below if I should continue this series, and if so, what I should do next. And join the Discord if you want your suggestion to speak. And join the Discord if you want your suggestion to be seen even faster. I really enjoyed making this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. I'm the Hero of Wisdom, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Good night.